again. Or his mother then. It's kind of crazy the bed settling. Next door to murder the neighbors when they was settling. Coming in out of the water that they was fishing in. I was raised in hell. It got dark when I was pedaling. White man harassing the block when we was pedaling. White man also was the plug when we was pedaling. I would never fraud if I was on David Letterman. This is UPK and I'm driving some bags. When the Christ come back, I'm gonna ride on your ass. Got the Johnny Walker in me, and I'm out of my bag. I'm on my Friday the 13th with the gun and the mask. Ah, who's that peeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night. Who's that peeping through the window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night. Hey yo, the car and nacho, fucking doing crazy like they destined on the clock though. Righteous on the block though. The beat I catch a ride, but I always miss my stop though. Beefing with my shorty till I stuck it in the top though. Who's that creeping through my window? I ain't with the complications, I'ma keep it simple. Burn all black, kicky to the timbo. You gon' find exactly what you looking for, a limbo.
Mission. I keep two boards with him. Don't feel like a Ford with him. The piece I'm adored with it, but you can get gored with it. You don't want to war with him. This hammer, I'm Thor with it. You pray for my downfall, I just pray that the Lord with him. Taking every shot, and I'm keeping the score with him. What? This ain't a game. Ain't no back and forth with him. So quick, I'm just a kill. You can tell how that forfeit. It's his ain't in him. That beef is takeout. That means it's his steak dinner. Too much, I make you switch center. That pressure on you, call for God, you a chain center. A warlord, don't show no pain, just put that pain in her. A pillar in it, you know it ain't no change in her. It's legit if you see it in my name in it. It's UPK, nigga.
Who's that peeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting war day and night. Who's that creeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting war day and night.
All right, clap that up. Hey, Shalom Israel, Yahabba Hashem Yahushai Barakathum, Yahweh Shemala Thun Bashim Yahushai, Isupk Indianapolis. Right, Isupk Indianapolis. This is the Wednesday law class. Also Napataza Alabama. I'm about to get it in tonight. Look at all the madness that's going on in America, right? And listen, now's the time to keep your eyes open. Black, Hispanic, and Native American, man. Keep your eyes open to the, what's going on. And I'm not just talking about, be on alert for, the craziness. You always should be, on point. You should always be looking, checking and making sure your family is safe and secure. That's not exactly what I'm talking about tonight. But what I am talking about is keep your eyes open and be diligent and sober and mindful and watchful of the wiles of this devil. You understand? And all the tactics and all the witchcraft and everything that he uses to lull you back to sleep. Cap, you on? Can you say something? I just want to make sure everything to wild on your end.
Con, I'm on with you.
Okay, Most High in Christ. Nah, that's the wild right there.
Okay.
All right. So this what's going on is black people. When I say black, I'm talking about all the tribes. Black people are about to be lulled back to sleep, right? That's why it's so important the work that we do in the Isupk. It's so important for us to different brothers got radio shows and podcasts and classes and interviews and street talks and all these things that we do, right, to try to wake our people up out of the slumber that they're in. You got a sword?
I got my one.
Oh, you gonna use that one?
Oh, you take both.
Yeah. So it's important that we be mindful of what's going on, because, like, okay, the Isupk, we know who the devil is, right? He's already been revealed to us. We know who he is. We know his tactics. We know, his history, which is, so many black people, they don't, when they look at the people, they're not looking at the history of the people. They're so busy. We're so busy down in ourselves, right? We're so busy saying, man, black people, we just need to get our stuff together, right? The whole time we've been pushed further and further down. But we know who the devil is. The problem is our people don't know who that man of sin is yet, even though it's right in your face every day. Every day it's in your face. And, it's something where the Christian pastor, he's basically made it so or convinced you that there's going to be a coming together of everybody, right? And the world is going to be happy and hold hands, and you're going to get your place in America sometime soon. It'll never happen, man. And you're getting ready to be lulled back to sleep because you just went through 4 years, right? You went through 4 years of, the most openly racist president in a long time. They're all racist. He's just openly racist. You understand? He's blatantly racist. He'll tell you to your face. He'll call your mother a bitch. Donald Trump. If you're a football player, he said, these sons of bitches, right? He'll say, Mexicans, right, are rapists. What do you say? Murderers and rapists or something like that? Like, he's openly racist. He's, he called, not that we support any African countries at all, but he was like, yeah, these are, shithole countries. We need more people like from Finland and Denmark. Basically saying he only want white people to come to America. He don't want you, if you're brown, basically. So he's been very open and adamant about who he supports. Like the people who were in Charlotte, he said that there were nice people, good people on both sides. Like these devils out with tiki torches, just saying how much they hate black people, and black people coming out in response to murders and different things, right? And again, we don't support marching either. You can't march your way out of this. You can't vote your way out of this oppression, right? You can only serve the Lord. That's the only thing you can do. That's our only solution in 2021 and forever. It's always been serving the Lord is our only solution. But after this time with Donald Trump, you saw Donald Trump and you see that he's openly racist. Here's the problem. All these presidents are racist. None of them will ever have your best interest. Even if you look closely at Barack Obama, he didn't do a damn thing for you. You think Barack Obama was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but what did he do? Nothing. Your ghetto still looks the same. Your black economic plan still looks the same. Your dollar doesn't circulate in your community. You don't even have a community anymore. Your communities are being gentrified, and the police are over policing you, so you move out somewhere. Where you gonna go? I have no idea. Black people gonna run out of places to go in a minute. We all gonna be huddled up in one corner in every city, a couple blocks stacked on top of each other. They're gonna make one big ass project and throw us all in there. And after all this, after all what you've seen, like, here's the thing that I don't get. black people have to understand what these previous presidents did. You know, you went out and voted for Joe Biden, and you thought that this was just going to be, you know, it's a new dawn, Garam. It's a new dawn. Black people, they so excited about having a Democratic president. When they like, if you go back and you research Joe Biden, you'll see that he was, you know, played a major part in a lot of the rules that incarcerate black people. The three-strike law. What else did he have a hand in? The three-strike rule was something else that was pretty heavy. That he's in a part. He's voted for the majority of the crime bills. I can't say all for sure, but like in the past, right?
He wrote it.
Right, possibly,
He
right.
wrote it.
So he's been involved in a ton of crime bills. I think the three-strike rule. I think he did write that. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to, say something that ain't true. But here's the point: he's played a major role in locking up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And here he is now giving his inauguration speech, saying, you know, we all just need to show a little love. Okay, where was the love when you was locking niggas up? That's what I want to know. Where was the love then?
When I heard him say that, I remembered the speech that he gave in front of Congress years ago. Video I saw of him saying that they needed to deal with blacks, but not from a place of love.
Man, we need to find that.
It's everybody.
Hey, listen, if you could search that, I like to see
he
that.
doesn't say blacks, but you know that.
You know what he's talking about. I like to see that. If you could find that and pull it up, maybe we can even share it on the screen on here. I could come around for a minute if you can get it. But don't sweat it if you can't. But listen, I'm not surprised. Hillary Clinton, who black people love, also called black people super predators, right? And she said that we need to bring them to heel, like you some kind of damn pet, you know. And the whole time you're being destroyed by these people, and now they want to bring you to heel. They want to impoverish you. They want to oppress you. They want to kill you, murder you, right? They want to redline you. They want to deny you business loans. They want to do all these horrible things to you and then say, you know what? We don't see a problem. We don't see a problem in America. What's your problem? Why don't you stop whining? Why don't you stop crying and just pull yourself up? The Asian man has done it, right? When Commander Yahanna brought out a whole breakdown of the model citizen, right? And go back and watch Commander Yahanna's tape on the model citizen and how they took Asian people, right? And just like the title says, made them appear to be model citizens with help, with funding, with news media coverage, right? Whereas you look at, you know, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they're covered in such a negative light. They're covered in such a way that, like, when you know, oppressors meet a black person for the first time, they automatically think the worst of them. It's just like when you go over to some of these countries, you know, you go to China and it's like, man, they no, this was Korea. I was watching there was some show and they were doing interviews of Korean people and what they thought of black people. It's like, yeah, you know, they're athletic, but you know, they're maybe not so smart. And it's just a lot of misconceptions about black people all around the world, because your oppressor over here, he's painted you in such a light, like you look like some wild monkey. You look like a wild animal that can't be contained, and it's a few that they put on top, right? And they say, well, this is what you should be, right? That's the whole thing. America paints you in such a way that, you know, you're not going to move away from this stigma. You're going to be a proverb and a byword. Let's get that Deuteronomy 28. Was it 28 and 30? I'm not sure about it.
Deuteronomy.
Yeah, the 28th chapter of proverb and byword. I never good cell reception in there. If you could Google it, you can Google it on open up another tab right there on the computer and find proverb. Just Google proverb and byword KJV. Now this is a curse, right? This is a curse from the Most High, because we chose not to serve him, right? When Moses had us in the wilderness and he said, you know what? You're going to serve the Lord and get these good things, or you're not going to serve the Lord and you're going to get these curses, man. Right? You was going to either be blessed or you was going to be cursed. You found a proverb and byword. I can't remember the exact verse, but I can find it if you can't find it.
Deuteronomy 28:37.
37. Yep. Let's read that. You Googled that?
Yeah.
Oh, see, now you find scriptures now. now I'm gonna wear you up. Look this up. Look this up. Look this up.
Deuteronomy 28 and
37.
37.
Yep.
Deuteronomy. Microphone.
You got the mic. Yep. Perfect.
Deuteronomy 28 and 37.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt become an astonishment.
Listen, these other nations look at us and they're astonished. They see how athletic we are. They see how talented we are with entertaining. They look at us and see how much swag we have with with dressing and how good we look and how stylish we are, right? And they're astonished, right? They're astonished at some of the good things, and they're really astonished at like what they perceive as negative things, like there's a high crime rate and a high sickness rate, and how we're just wild and in the ghettos. They're astonished by us when that is not, black people. Black people, right, have been destroyed, which is a lot of the conditions we face here. Like they're not self-inflicted. They're inflicted by a nation who's oppressed us, right? And these other nations, they look at us in astonishment, like, man, these black people, they just need to get it together. Keep going.
A proverb and a byword.
A byword, a proverb and a byword, right? Something that's not your name. You've been called, African American, Afro American, black, nigger, Negro, what else? Yeah, colored. You know what I mean?
Cool.
All these things, right? All these things are proverbs and bywords. And these other nations, they look at us and they just look at those worthless niggers in the ghetto. You understand? And especially your oppressor, he couldn't have any more contempt for you. I mean, he's just all 100% against you. And that's the saddening thing about our condition here in America. No matter what this oppressor does, we still find a way to love him. We still find a way and say, you know what? Let's give Joe Biden a chance. Joe Biden's up at bat. But guess what? He's going to strike out just the same way that these other presidents have struck out. You're going to look up and it'll be 4 years later and you'll be like, so what did he really do for black people? And you're going to be scratching your head trying to think, because you're going to look at your condition and be like, well, my condition ain't changed. The condition of my community ain't changed. My kids ain't going to, college for free. They ain't got no businesses. That we don't own no home. It's going to be the same thing 4 years from now. And every 4 years until Yahushua come back, it's going to be the same. Right? So we are, let's get Lamentations 4:17. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. This is, where this book was written because brothers was lamenting. We're in lamentation, full lamentation, right? And this is how we should feel now. We should be, begging, pleading to the Most High, right, to get us out of this condition. Instead, we're putting our faith in Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, right? Black people, listen, black sisters love Kamala Harris, boy. She is like, like I said, she went to Howard University. She an AKA, a Greek sorority. You know what I mean? She got a position of power and she got a devil. She got a devil on her arm, right? So she just must be, she must be doing it big. You know what I mean? You got that limitation?
Lucky if I could.
You got it, Cap.
They didn't learn from Barack Obama. He was supposed to be the first black president. Now it's the first black vice president. Then what's going to be next? The first black commander, senator in chief. And then the first black, they still on that same first black stuff. You ain't learned from Obama that having a black person in the White House ain't going to do anything. They should have learned from the first place. I seen a stat earlier that Kamala Harris' net worth is $6 million. And the average black woman's net worth is $5. according to Google and the Pittsburgh Institute and Google research. The average black woman's net worth is $5.
Man, that's crazy. Well, I mean, I totally get it. If you're in the UPK, you're not surprised by that. Actually, I am a little surprised. That number, $5. $5, man. That's rough right there. That was it, Cap?
Yeah, that was it. Kamala Harris worth $6 million. So I don't know what y'all gonna be like her.
Right, right. Most High in Christ. That's an amazing statistic because, like in the school, that's the beautiful thing about the ISUBK. We bring out statistics all the time that people kind of know in the back of their head. You know that your oppressor makes more money than you until you start like looking at the statistics and you're like, well, damn. You know, you look at the average income for your oppressor's household versus a black household, you blown away, man. It's like you make peanuts. And this is like on average. On average, you can walk into a oppressor's house, they make this much a year, you make a couple hundred a year, or whatever the number is. I don't have it directly in front of me. But for her to make $6 million, right, and her net worth to be $6 million and yours is $5, you got, like Kat was saying, you got a long way to try to be Kamala Harris. And listen, you shouldn't want to be like Kamala Harris. First of all, she is not black. They keep painting her on the internet like she's the first black this and first. She is East Indian. She has nothing to do with black people. I think she had a great grandmother on her mother's side, right, who's black. But other than that, her father, according to the Bible, she's an East Indian, right? Her father is either East Indian or descendant from some devil. Who knows? I know she's not black. According to the Bible, that's not my words, that's the Bible's words. She is not a black woman. And on top of that, she's not for you because she made it her job in California to lock up black men, even innocent black men. Black men who they came back and said, you know what, the evidence doesn't support him being guilty. She didn't give a damn. She didn't give a damn. And that's what you do when you
And if I could,
yeah, you got it, Cap.
I didn't mean to cut you off. You can finish your sentence.
Oh, you got it. Go ahead, Cap.
I was gonna say, they got the picture of her circulating on the internet. She was raised an Indian, a red dot, a Pakistani, or whatever you want to call it, Bangladesh. You know, that's how she was raised. She wasn't raised black. They saw the picture of her and her family. They was all wearing Indian garb. Like from India, a ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a, all of that. They were listening to that music. They were not listening to hip-hop music. So they keep trying to push her as black. That's a damn scam. You can't be two races. On your damn job application, you can't be black and Indian. So they're trying to say, oh, she's Indian and she's black. And she's this, and she's Jamaican, and she's American, and she's all these damn things. When they're just saying that so black people can feel like they got a piece of the pie too. That's all. It's just, they playing you like a fiddle. That's all.
Damn right, Cap. That's exactly the point. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Because what do black people do when someone is risen to a high status in America? You know what I mean? You look at your athletes and your entertainers. It's like we put them on a pedestal. Some of them dumb as rocks. They dumb as damn rocks, and every time they open their mouth, they put black people in the worst position. But because they're rich and because they're famous and because they have a certain status in America, we put them on a pedestal. Same thing with Kamala Harris. We think because her skin is dark and she's an AKA and she went to Howard and she has damn near black features, right? We put her on a pedestal. Now she's a vice president when she is just like any other East Indian. She has no relationship to your people and she doesn't even support your people. Her track record shows it, which is the most important thing. Like if you gonna get excited, man, like let them get some real niggas up in there. Somebody who didn't, who only got a high school degree, who came from the ghetto. That's who you want. You want niggas that's from the ghetto to help you live. And that's what the ISUPK is. We are you. You are us, we are you. We all the same. We not some people, we not an organization of rich men that collect money and watch you struggle and die in the ghetto by yourself. Nah, we in the ghetto too. We in the ghetto all day, every day. You understand? We over here on 10th Street in the hood. You hear, listen, you watch the ISUPK Indianapolis class, you hear about 5 ambulances and police cars go through every class all the time.
I do hear him every class.
Yeah, man.
Right back.
All the time. You not supposed to have people over you. We gonna get that scripture too real quick, and then we gonna get into Numbers. I wanted to go over a story in Numbers, but let's get Lamentations 4:17 real quick.
Lamentations 4:17. As for us,
You got the mic? Is that Michael?
it's all you hear.
Okay. Yeah.
Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Listen, this scripture to me, man, is so powerful because when I look at this scripture, I always think of somebody who's like, and I always think about somebody who's waiting on somebody. Like, I had different, people in my life at certain points. They say, well, yeah, I'm gonna come get you and take you here, and then like you just sitting there waiting. You go outside and sit on the porch. A lot of people might do this like with their father. Their father didn't grow up, and they grew up without their father in their life. He said, I'm coming to get you, take you, shopping and get some ice cream. You might be sitting on the steps and, waiting an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It's like you sitting waiting in vain, you know what I mean? And that's what we're doing here in America. We're sitting and waiting. And we just like got this gaze in our eyes, like, oh man, this is about to happen, this is about to happen. And guess what? Donald Trump, 4 years. And guess what? In 4 years, Joe Biden, you're gonna be still looking and waiting, right, in vain. And that's just what the scripture is saying. It's saying you sitting and waiting, you waiting in vain for help, man. Keep going.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us.
That's what we're doing, man. In our watching, while we sitting there waiting and watching, we watched for a nation that could not save us. Why can't this nation save us? Because they don't give a damn about us. It's like at this point, you have to go with, okay, so I'm an analytical guy. All right, I like to kind of look at stuff and be like, all right, let me analyze this. Let me see what facts we have. I'm not the most analytical person, but I'm damn sure logical. It's like, okay, if year after year, president after president, your ghetto looks the same, you're always economically on the bottom, you're always the most killed by police, right? It's always tough for you to get a job and build up your community. You're treated differently. Like if you don't know that you're treated differently in America, take a look at that Capitol incident that they had on January 6th. Take a look at your protests where you're harassed, where you're pepper sprayed, where you're locked up, where you're damn ran over, where you're shot. And then take a look at their protests where they don't, they go in and they do killing. It's like, damn the police, blue lives don't matter today. Damn the police. We storming the Capitol and doing what the hell we want to do. That's when you know that there's a difference between you. If you didn't know it already, you should have known it already. You should have looked inside your refrigerator, saw how damn empty it was, and like, you know what? The oppressor is the devil. You know what I'm saying? You should have looked inside that refrigerator, checked your food stamp card, looked at your check that they took out a ton of child support and say, you know what? The oppressor is the devil. That's America for most Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. Everybody ain't living like Michael Jordan. Everybody can't be a vice president of a company. It's not possible. Any more on that? No, that's good. You can drop that. Let's get Deuteronomy 17 and 15.
Got it. Deuteronomy 17 and 15.
Right. So this scripture is talking about who should rule over you. Now I know the brothers all across the UBK brought this scripture out about 1,000,000 times prior to November when they did all the voting for the election, right? And like I said, this is one of the things where if you grew up black in the Christian church, damn sure if you went to college, right? You went to college and you heard, listen, you're force fed a lot of this, witchcraft and BS that they give to us to say, if you want a better community, you have to vote, right? If you want things to change, you got to vote. Vote at the city level, the state level, the county level, and the federal level. That's what they tell you. Is like if you want to see some change, be the change. Get out and vote, right? But guess what? Black people have been voting since the 60s, and we're still in the same condition, right? And again, it's like if you want true leadership, you got to come to the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, man. You got to come in here because what we're doing, what Commander Yahanna is doing, is raising up men, right, who can build up other men, who can build up other men, who can build up so many men that you turn the damn nation around, and you go from a society who was on the bottom, right, with no direction, no hope, to a nation of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who serve the Lord, and then they're going to get rulership. That's the difference between us and these these Christian organizations. A Christian wants you to be equal to your oppressor. They want you to recognize your true position given to you by God Himself. We want you to understand that you are number one. You understand? You're supposed to be the head and not the tail. That's another curse in Deuteronomy, where if you didn't serve the Lord said you was going to be the tail and not the head. Now you got to understand the analogy. The head is what controls. It thinks. You know what I'm saying? It sees. It carries. Whatever you want to do, it comes into your head first. The tail is just kind of there as an instinct. You the last. You the last thing on the body, right? It's damn near you don't even need a tail, but you can't operate without a head. Most High said, if you serve me, you're gonna be the head and not the tail. But he said this too. If you don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you're gonna be the tail and not head. You're just gonna be told what to do. You're not gonna have any bearing on anything. And that's what we are. We don't have any bearing on this country. We're slaves and that's it. We don't make any decisions. We don't build any wealth as a nation. Like you got wealthy black people, that's true. But as a nation, we are poor. Captain Fox already said it. You got a $5 net worth. You worth $5, man. How horrible is that? You worth $5. You know what? I'm in the UBK. I still can't believe that stat, Cap. I can't. $5? You find $5 on the street. Damn. That's how bad. That's how bad a shape we in. And you still.
If I could.
You got it, Cap.
Yeah, if I could, what got to be factored in is the amount of debt that black women are in. That when you got so many black women who went to college, the majority of them are in debt. So their net worth is negative 20,000, negative 50,000. So you have those numbers, all across the black community. So that brings the net worth down, down, down.
Right. Hey, listen, if I could, that's the only thing that I was, hoping that Sleepy Joe that he did was relieve that college debt. If he do that, you know what I'm saying, he might get less lashes in the kingdom. That'd be fire right there. Try to get that college debt up out of there for sure. But let's get the rest of that.
Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Thou shalt in any way set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Right. So we went out and voted for Joe Biden, right? But the Lord didn't choose Joe Biden. He would never choose another nation to rule over us. Right? Why? Because this is the result. You've been in America, you know what I'm saying, over here since the 1600s or the since Columbus came over here in the 1400s, right, and enslaved the natives, Like that's the reason why you can't have another nation rule over you, because they're going to oppress you and they're going to love their people first. It's a natural thing, except for Israel. Israel don't love our nation first like that. Like, Esau, he loves his nation first. He's gonna give, himself the best jobs, the best pieces of land, all the opportunities, and he's gonna steal ideas from you and get rich off that. So another nation ruling over you, that's just bad news from the jump. That's why the Most High said, you know what? If you're gonna set somebody over you, it's got to be somebody that I choose. Keep going.
One from among thy brethren.
Read it again.
One from among thy brethren.
It's got to be from your people. We just explained why. The ruler has to be from your own people, because listen, Captain Kapash, right? He's over me. Guess what? We got stuff in common. We both went through certain struggles as a black man. Hispanic man, Native American man. We're gonna go through similar struggles. We're gonna see this, this police officer and be like, man, we better be careful. We already know he the devil. You understand? We had to face,
The mic's not. The mic's not on.
Somebody say something?
Cap talking. He's talking to somebody.
So I ain't want nothing.
Okay, right. But guess what? Richard Weinstein, he didn't go through what I went through. He grew up, and his parents, they owned their house, and they paid for him to go to college. And he knew, the mayor and the governor, right? And he has connections with Ivy League schools. Like these other nations, you don't have the same experiences they have. You barely finished high school, and your grandfather, he didn't finish high school, and your great grandfather didn't even go to school. He had to he got a job when he could start working, and he worked that job until damn near he died. You understand? That's the difference between you. Again, your net worth is, you black woman, you got $5. That's why you gotta have one from among your brethren, so they can help you, man. So they can care for you, so they can love you. Go ahead.
One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
Right, keep going.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Read it again.
One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Go ahead.
Which is not thy brother.
Which is what?
Which is not thy brother.
You setting a stranger over you. Don't be so excited. Don't be excited at all about Joe Biden. Don't be, man. Instead, you should be concerned. You should be put on notice. You should expect something evil to come out of that White House. You thought all the evil was coming out of the White House when Donald Trump was president. Guess what? There's going to be even more evil to come out of the White House now. There's going to be some new 3-strike law, right? Not saying it's going to be the same 3-strike law, but there'll be something similar to that. Like crime is like black people that are committing crimes, you better stop now. Because this president in here has a track record for locking up black men. And guess what? So does his vice president, who is not a black woman. She's a heathen. They both have tremendous track records for locking our people up. So you should just know now, just expect it now. If you're committing a crime, just expect to be locked up for life. Or worse. Or worse. That's why we tell black people, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, don't commit crimes, man. Listen, you should live in such a way that the Lord will look down on you and say, you know what? This brother right here is righteous. Because guess what? If you're stealing in Esau's empire, in your oppressor's empire, that's against the Lord anyway. You can't steal. It doesn't matter. Don't steal. Don't lie. Don't rob anybody. Don't harm your brother. Furthermore, don't indulge in the things that Esau allowed you to do. Esau said you can smoke weed. Don't smoke weed. Esau says you can abort your baby. Don't abort your baby. Esau says it's okay to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. Don't eat none of that filth. What you should do, though, you should serve the Lord. You should join the ISUPK and you should serve the Lord, man. You come in here and learn how to keep these laws. Learn how to honor the Sabbath. Learn how to come in here and learn how to serve your man and be a good sister, a righteous sister, a virtuous sister. Brother, you come in here and learn how to not be such a damn whoremonger, man. Brothers is like, brothers feel like they gotta crush everything in every city, in every time zone, on every continent. It's not about that. You gotta build something with a sister, a Black, Hispanic, or Native American, not a heathen. You gotta build something, man. You get you a sister and build a family, right? Build up some Black economics, some finances, a business. Build up some strong kids that's going to in turn serve the Lord, and they build up strong kids. That's how you build a strong nation, man, with a moral compass. According to the Bible, the Bible is the blueprint, right? And so while you sitting here voting, happy for Kamala Harris and happy for Joe Biden, the Bible says otherwise. It says you basically what you did, you set a stranger above you by voting, right? They are a stranger and they are not your brethren. Either one of them. Don't look at her dark skin and think for 1 second that she your people. All right. We got any questions online? In the chat?
No questions.
Okay, let's get Numbers, the 13th chapter. Captain, I think that's you. I think you got some feedback. Yeah. Let's get Numbers 13 and let's see. Let's start at 21. Let's start at 23. Numbers 13 and 23. Got it. All right, so this is Moses, right? Moses has the children of Israel, right? And they're in the wilderness. And basically, we're looking at the land that we want to go into and occupy, right? Which would be, became Israel. Not just what you know as the state of Israel over there now, what's considered the Middle East, but Israel was bigger than that and encompassed a lot more land. So Moses is saying, go scout out that land, right, and bring back a report, right? Well, let's get the kind of the report that he was looking for. Hold on 1 second. Let's start at 2.
13 and 2?
Yeah, 13 and 2.
Okay. Numbers 13 and 2.
Yep.
Send thou men that they may search the land of Canaan.
Right. So this is the Most High telling Moses, like I'm giving you the land of Canaan. So send some men, right, so they can search it out.
Which I give unto the children of Israel.
Uh-huh.
Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man.
Right. So that was the commandment from the Most High. And Moses said, you know what? Right. Let me get one from each, a man from each tribe, right? And then we're gonna send them out into this land. And so now we can drop down to verse 17.
Numbers 13 and 17. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountain, and see the land. 18. And see the land, what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein.
Right. So he wanted them to see the land, the people that was in the land. Go ahead.
Whether they be strong or weak, few or many.
right? So this is we gonna have a point at the end of this story. But notice he said, are they strong or are they weak? Are they few or are they many? Keep going.
And what the land is that they dwell in,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be good or bad, and what the cities they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds.
Right. So basically, that's part of his strat. Like when you putting together a strategy, right? You want to know, okay, most of these cats are they, they just in tent. We just run through them tents. That ain't nothing. Or they in strongholds, fortified cities with big tall walls and barricades and moats and all these things. Go ahead.
And what the land is, whether it be fat or lean,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be wood therein or not,
Mm-hmm.
and be ye of good courage, and bring out the fruit of the land.
Right. So bring back some proof of what the fruit looks like. Go ahead.
Now the time was the time of the first ripe grapes.
Mm-hmm. It's about harvest time.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Real,
Mm-hmm.
as men come to Hamath.
Right.
22. And they ascended by the south and came unto Hebron, where Iamin, Shishai, and Talmai, the children of Anak.
All right, you could drop down to 25.
25.
Mm-hmm.
25. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days.
Right, so they had 40 days to search the land, to go in and scout it out and do according to what Moses said, to scout out the people. Were they weak or were they strong? Did they dwell in tents or strongholds? Was the land, did it have wood? How was the fruit? All these things was, Moses was considering before, conquering these people who occupied really Israel's land. Go ahead.
And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel.
All right, so pay special attention, right? Pay special attention to the responses that you're about to read, and see if you can draw a parallel between the people that gave this report and your so-called leadership, in America today, right? See if you can draw a parallel. Let's first hear their response.
Unto the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and shewed them the fruit of the land. 27. And told him and said, we came unto the land whither thou sent us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey.
Man, they're like, the land is the bomb, man. It's like full of, milk and honey. Of course, is good when you think about a land that's full of, big fruits and vegetables, milk and honey, and just, you go to some place like, I don't know, you go out to some desert place, you ain't seeing nothing. You're not seeing any greenery. You're not seeing fruits and vegetables, and you just out there hot with nothing. They said, man, this land looks, it looks like it's very fertile. Go ahead.
And this is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land.
That's how we look at these people, right? This take it today. Take it to today's time. Israelites, right? Not knowing the power of the Most High, not believing in the Most High, not knowing that the Most High is against them, right? They think the people of this land is strong, when these people are nothing compared to us. You look at our skills and you look at their skills. The only skill that they have greater is that they're blessed with the sword, right? They're blessed with the sword, and they have no compassion, and will destroy and will genocide an entire race of people if it accomplishes their goals. And so when our people gave this report, they were surely afraid of the people that dwelt the land, and we're gonna get some more to prove it. Keep going.
Be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great.
Right. So they said, man, the people in this land, they're strong. They look strong. And guess what? All the cities are walled and very great. Go ahead.
And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there.
Uh-huh.
The
Amalekites.
The Amalekites
Uh-huh.
dwell in the land of the south,
Mm-hmm.
and the Hittites, and the
Jebusites.
And the Jebusites,
Mm-hmm.
and the Amorites
Mm-hmm.
dwelt in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwelt by the sea.
Yep.
And by the coast of Jordan.
Yep. So here is the brother in charge. Now, mind you, they just came out of Egypt, right? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, y'all in the wilderness, right? And we send out 12 brothers, and you just seen the miracles that the Most High performed. Not only the plagues, but the pillar of fire that stopped Pharaoh. Listen, walking across a sea would have blew me away. And if I remember correctly, it's a scripture that says something to the effect that the bottom of their sandals didn't even get wet. They walked, the Red Sea parted, and the bottom of their sandals didn't get wet. Can you imagine that? Like the power of the Most High. And so when they, when you giving a report like that, it, at least in my mind now, of course, it's like, well, damn, they should have been like, well, yeah, they look strong, but our God, he opened the Red Sea. Surely he could deliver these people. You know what I mean? And that same spirit of fear and the same spirit of, low self-esteem and the same spirit of, just being weak under another nation is the spirit that we have now as a people, right? Because we don't know the Lord. We think we know the Lord because we go to the Christian church. We think we know the Lord because, we're in a Muslim mosque. We think we know the Lord because we're in, every man-made religion other than what the Most High gave us. And that's just the Bible, no religion at all. And so because we think we know the Lord and we don't, and we sinning all the time, the Lord is against us. And these people that gave the report, man, they were weak. They were weak and they were afraid. And they totally discounted what the Most High did for them to bring them out of Egypt. Keep going.
And Caleb stilled the people.
Caleb stilled the people, man. He's like, come on, man, y'all tripping. I'm sure he didn't say that, but that's how I envisioned it anyway. When I'm seeing it in the scene, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing something in the desert, in the wilderness, and I'm just like, Caleb probably just put his hands up like, come on, man, y'all tripping. That's how I would have been like, y'all scared after what the Lord did? Y'all afraid? But he said he stilled the people, man. Like, y'all, listen, hold up. Listen to what you're saying. Keep going.
Before Moses and said, let us go up at once.
He said, man, damn that. Let us go up there at once. Let's not delay. Let's go now. Caleb was about that life, as people say. Caleb had the spirit of the Lord on, for sure, right? He definitely knew. Caleb was a brother who could recognize what the Most High did for us. He said, man, let's go up there now. Any God that can open up the Red Sea, I'm not doubting him. He can cause plagues, right? And save us from the death angel. Listen, I'm rolling with him strong. Keep going.
Let us go up at once.
Let us go up there at once.
And possess it, for we are well able to overcome it.
He said, man, these cats ain't going to be able to hold us. We well able to overcome it. It's not going to be a problem. Go ahead.
But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we.
Man, they said, you know what? They're stronger. What do we say when we go out to camp? We say, man, these people, the only reason these people are on top of us is because the Most High put them on top of us. They're not stronger than us. They're not smarter than us. They're not more skilled than us. But what they are is evil as hell, and they know how to oppress. That's the only thing they know how to do better, is oppress people better than we know how. These people are violent and violent and selfish and greedy and full of witchcraft. But Caleb knew. Caleb said, "Man, listen, these people, we should go and get it now." But then you had your black leadership, you had the people that were scared, right? The people who want to join America, or who at that time wanted to join the other nations, wanted to go back to Egypt. They was like, "Man, we can't overcome them. We can't. They're strong." Don't have that mentality, Israel. You can overcome America, and you don't have to pick up a sword to do it. You don't have to pick up a sword, a gun. Only thing you have to do is join the Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge. You come in here and get yourself clean, man. Listen, you smoke weed, come in here. You smoke crack, come on up in here. You understand? You got a problem buying whores? Come on, come up in here. You got a problem, you got a problem gambling, you got a problem stealing. We're gonna watch you close if you steal, but come on in here. Come in here and get your life together, get cleaned up, man. And see what the Most High does in your life. Come clean yourself. Come help build this nation. Come pay your tithes. Come cook some meals. Come make some garments. Come braid some hair. Come go to camp. Build some camp signs. Come talk to some people. Come pass out some food. Come do the things that it takes to build a nation. And see those blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. See don't our nation start to grow and build and rise up out of this, regardless of what Esau is trying to do to us. Don't be like the people that was in Numbers. Don't be so afraid of America that you just, you feel like the only way is to join them. That's not the way to win. Joining them, we tried joining them. We lost, and we're still losing because we're joining them. We should look to win now. That's what you should do. You should look to win. Let's keep going.
And they brought up an evil report,
right,
of the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eats up the inhabitants thereof.
So now it went from a land of milk and honey. Now it's a land that eat up the inhabitants. You understand? We don't need to go there. It's just bad there. You live there, man. It's just gonna eat you up. Everything, man. Keep going.
And all the people that saw in it are men of great stature.
Right. So they saw the heathens there, and they said, man, these were cats that were tall and of great stature, right? They looked like big cats, you know what I'm saying? They was all minute bows, probably. Go ahead.
And we saw giants.
Mm-hmm. We saw the giants, right? And listen, how brothers, they get into a fight. Like, man, I fought 6 or 7 dudes. It was like 2 cats. You know what I'm saying? Man, they was all 6'7", 250 pounds. They was 180, 6'2". You know what I mean? So they probably embellishing this, and just because of fear, right? And fear will make you, see things that ain't there, or just take your whole spirit out of you. That's why you got to know that the Lord is with you when you're right. Now, of course, you're doing something wrong. I wouldn't expect the Lord to be with you. I mean, if you robbing a brother and then he start whooping you behind, you probably deserve it. You understand? You a stick-up kid. The Lord is not going to be with you. If that cat turn around and he got a pistol too, it's probably going to be your last time sticking somebody up. You understand? But you serving the Lord, and you righteous acts, man. The Lord will be with you. The Lord will be with you. Go ahead.
The sons of Anak, which come of the giants.
Right. So he said this cat Anak, you know what I'm saying? His sons is giants. They all cats, great stature. Go ahead.
And we're in our own sight as grasshoppers.
Right. Go ahead.
And so we were in their sight.
Listen, he said, man, we compared us to them. We look like grasshoppers compared to these cats. They tall and of great stature. And listen, That fear took hold of them, man. And the thing that's so, like, if you put yourself in that time and just imagine you was Caleb, and Caleb is in here listening to these cats like, man, come on. We just saw the Most High bring us out of Egypt with a mighty hand. We just saw him send 10 plagues. We just saw him drown all of Pharaoh's army. You don't think he could do it again? So Caleb is, he can't believe it. And these cats are so weak and afraid and have no faith in the Most High. Go ahead.
I think that was it on that.
Keep going. Chapter 14.
What was I in again?
Numbers 14. We're gonna start at verse 1.
Numbers 14. Okay. Numbers 14:1.
Uh-huh.
And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night.
Right. So the congregation, of course, the people that didn't go, when they got the report, they lost faith too. And so much so that they cried. They said they wept that night. And again, so all this fear that they brought, right, and trickled down to the people, and they didn't lost faith. Now the people, it says the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. So not only did the cats that came back with the evil report, not only were they, fearful and lost faith, the congregation lost faith. And they, so much so that they cried. Now again, these are the same people that saw him open up the Red Sea, right? The same people that the death angel came and they put lamb's blood on their posts, and the death angel passed over them. And when they woke in the morning, the firstborn of the Egyptians was dead. What I tell you, you're not gonna be in this class and not hear either a cop car or some fire station, fire truck come past, ambulance. Every time, man, we in the hood. He probably just going right around the corner too, ain't he?
Yep, turn away.
Man, well, it's always some smoke over here. These niggas over here want all the smoke, boy. Go ahead.
And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses.
Say it again.
All the children of Israel murmured against Moses.
They murmured against Moses. Like, you know what that is, right? When you murmur against someone, like you ain't necessarily saying it to his face. Like, Moses is tripping. Moses messed up. Moses and got us out here. Moses is this. Moses is that. They spoke against Moses, right? Now, mind you, Moses is the brother that the Most High chose. So not only are they disrespecting Moses, they disrespecting the Most High. The Most High chose Moses, right? Moses is who the Most High set over the children of Israel to lead them. Moses was in a position where he could have, if he wanted to, I guess, at least stalled, because he was in, Egypt in the palace kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm pretty sure when the Lord called, you come. So I'm joking, of course, but Moses was in a position of power. He could have been evil. He could have been wicked and just, not went after the voice of the Lord. But he came down, man, and he saw his people, and he had compassion on his people. And you're not going to get that from Michael Jordan. You're not going to get that from Ben Carson, right? Ben Carson up in the White House talking bad about black people, saying you don't want to make poor people too comfortable. Who in the hell says that, man? You don't want to make poor people too comfortable, because then they're not going to get up and get a job. Like, his whole mentality on solving the housing crisis is to not make you feel too comfortable, because then you won't work. His whole solution to solving homelessness and poverty in America is don't make them too comfortable. Like, he is an idiot. He's the worst kind. He's the people, right? He's not fit to be over black people. You understand? He's not fit to be over anybody but Ben Carson. Now, is he smart? He's a genius. He's he was some kind of neurosurgeon, a brain surgeon, right? And he could do that. But as far as leading people, he's not fit for that, because he doesn't have any compassion at all. Let's keep going.
And against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would God that we had died in the land of Egypt?
Right, so they're saying, man, the God, wouldn't it have been better if we just died in Egypt? Oh, keep going.
or with God we had died in the wilderness.
Right. So they're like, man, it look like we're gonna die in this wilderness. We could have just stayed in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And therefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land to fall by the sword.
Right. So just based on this report by these cats, they like, man, we can't. Did the Lord bring us out here to die? Like zero faith in what He just did and the miracles they just seen. And again, our people, we haven't seen the miracles, but if our people knew we was Israel, like we would have more faith. And it's tough for a lot of us to even consider being a people that the Lord has chosen, because we're struggling and dying in the ghettos every day. So to go out on the street corner and try to convince Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that you're an Israelite, they're like, man, you can take that Bible stuff and go back home with it. They don't want to hear that because they're poor. And they got shot last night. And they're high right now. And they got to go into a slave where, 50%, 60%, 70% of the check is going to be taken by child support. That's what makes it tough for our people. Not only that we're stiff-necked people, because we don't have our identity right now. And so our job is to get out there and give you classes and tell you that you're Israelite. And our job is to tell you to stop sinning. And our job is to help you identify the man of sin and see the error in your ways, in the error in the Black leadership ways, and give you examples out of the Bible. Say, see, this is, our people were also weak back then in the Bible, just like we are weak-minded now. And we have to become strong, and we have to follow the Lord and serve the Lord. And then we will be strong. Then our faith will grow. Keep going.
That our wives and children should be a prey.
Right. So they woe is me all night. They woe is me. Go ahead.
Were it not better for us to return into Egypt?
That's this scripture right here. This is your Black leadership. They want to stay joined together with America. They want you to be all in with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They want you to stay in Egypt. They want you to stay in this bondage. They want you to become joined together with America and just get the crumbs of America. That's all Black people get. You got, a handful of Negroes that's, then made it well, but the bulk of your people are poor and dying and struggling and oppressed. And they want you to stay joined to America. But guess what? The Most High has another plan. He's got his prophets out here. His prophets are in the world right now on the street corner, and we coming to more street corners. We ain't on all street corners yet, but we coming to all street corners. Wherever there's a nigga, that's where we trying to go. So you can wake up and say, damn this place, man. Don't put your faith in this place. Why would you when it destroyed your ancestors? Why would you when it's destroying you today? Keep going.
And therefore, okay. And they said one to another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt.
Right.
Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel.
Listen, this was so disappointing to Moses and Aaron. Keep going.
And Joshua the son of Nun, and Caleb the son of Jephaniah.
That's good enough for me. Go ahead.
Which were them that searched the land, rent their clothes.
Right, they rent their clothes, meaning they went into mourning because the people were so weak and they lost faith. They were disappointed too. They're like, come on, we should go take this land now. And when they saw the people were mourning and saying, go back to Egypt, they knew what kind of disrespect that was to the Most High. Go ahead.
And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, right, saying,
so they had to speak to the congregation. Go ahead.
Saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceedingly good land.
Listen, they say, here's the actual report. This land is exceedingly good, right? Meaning this great land for us. This land would be awesome if we had it. Keep going.
If the Lord delight in us,
That's what's key right there. That verse right there, that sentence, that is key. If the Lord delight in us, which right now, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, the Most High is not delighted in us, not as a people. He's not delighting in us because we have taken on the customs of these heathen nations at every turn. And we've lost faith in the Most High, just like these people did in this scripture. And instead, we put our faith not only in America, but you put your faith in Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, both which have horrible track records of disappointing black people. If you're not disappointed by their past performance, then you don't give a damn about nothing. You just kind of there in the moment and, hoping you get a crumb from one of these oppressors, one of these devils, one of these heathens. I don't want crumbs anymore. Me and my brothers in the Isupk, we want total dominance. Total dominance. We're not picking up. We're not going to be like the Proud Boys or the people who stormed the Capitol. We ain't got to do all that. Guess what we got to do? Serve the Lord, man. That's it. We got to serve the Lord, and that's it. And we got to get you to serve the Lord, which is a challenge, just like it was a challenge for somebody to teach me the laws, to wake me up. Now we got to wake you up. But you ain't gotta go and build a whole empire. You ain't gotta recreate the wheel. The blueprint is already here. The problem is we've lost faith. We don't believe in that blueprint. We don't know about it and we don't believe in it. And we think the blueprint is to join together with America, support Democrats, and then we'll eventually we'll get that dream that the doctor that Martin Luther King got or spoke about. Everybody thinks we're gonna get that dream, man. That dream that he had is a nightmare. Integration destroyed black people and our businesses and our economics and our self-esteem. Your path is not your path to the kingdom is not through America. It's around America, away from America, away from Joe Biden.
And if I could,
you got it.
And if I could, what you're dropping is so heavy because, like you're saying, with our people, our people is so lost, but there's still so much hope. You understand? Because of brothers like yourself and the other brothers, coming up and in the truth, Commander General Yahanna, so much hope that when our people see us, they see us rise, and this kingdom becomes less and less hopeful. Because Kamala going to disappoint again, and Joe Biden going to disappoint again. And then we're going to sit up in their face, and we're going to say, we told you so. Barack Obama failed you, Kamala Harris failed you, and Joe Biden failed you. We're going to look up and say it all again, and be all up in black people's face. And then when they see us growing, and see our brothers, and see our strength, and see our brotherhood, love we have one to another, they're gonna have no choice but to come into this truth. Like the Lord is taking out all your avenues. You understand? Your voting, your hip hop, your football, your entertainment, your education, your school, your job, your partying, your clubbing. He's taking away all the avenues that you have. Eventually, you're gonna have nothing, absolutely nothing, and that's how the Lord wants it. You understand? And that's what people don't understand. They're hopeful that this kingdom is going to turn around. It's not going to turn around. It's about to keep devolving into nothing, into no government, into no police, into, everybody's basically got to fend for themselves. That's when the UPK, you're going to see us like saving grace. You understand?
Yeah.
If you don't already see us like that now. So all you brothers who coming up strong, you got to stay strong. You know what I mean? Because sooner or later, the tide is going to turn. Right. You understand? The tide is going to turn. And, that's when we're going to see a lot of things change. Like this Passover going to be amazing. Like I can't imagine 5 years from now. Every year, the Passover damn near doubles in size. Right. Every year, when I first came to the Passover, it was about 40 people, 50 people there. Like every year, the Passover gets larger. So I couldn't imagine 10 years from now. 10 years from now, the Passover, we'd be took over the whole city. It'd be Hebrews everywhere in the whole city. Everywhere you turn, whatever city we have it in, It's just gonna be Hebrews everywhere. You go to the store, it's gonna be Hebrews there. You go to the bathroom, it's gonna be Hebrews there. You go, outside, and you're just gonna see Hebrew Israelites flooding the city, brothers in garments and gear. It's just gonna be amazing. So we gotta hold strong because this truth is growing exponentially. You understand? They just had a report that the FBI and them said there's 50,000 Hebrew Israelites in America. 50,000. And, obviously all of those aren't brothers in the truth. Those are some of just brothers online, brothers here and there, in fake groups. But that's what the devils are seeing. So it's about to get real tight up in this place. That's all I wanted to say, bro.
Damn right, Cap. Damn right. Listen, if Netflix and Hulu go down, we damn near triple our numbers. Listen, that's like you said, it ain't but a few strongholds left for you to be wicked. You know what I'm saying? The sports is drastically reduced. You know what I mean? All your clubbing and partying, you shut down at 12. You know what I mean? In a lot of spots. Like all the vices that keep you from focusing on the Most High, like Captain Kapash was saying, all the vices, they're slowly being taken away by the Most High. Slowly but surely, these things are being taken away. You're going to have to focus. You're going to see the oppression so clear, it's going to be right smack dab in your face. And then you're going to look for answers. And then you're going to remember them crazy niggas that look like Power Rangers on the street corner. You're going to say, you know what? They were saying that back, a couple years ago when I saw them. Let me see if I can find them brothers. And lo and behold, we going to be there. ISUPK is going to be there. And we'll be there to help you and get you cleaned up. And we'll put you in all black if you're a brother. We'll put you on all black and get you right up on that podium, moving crates, reading scriptures. You understand? You're a sister. We get you in a dress with your head wrapped, right? And your loud mouth shut, tape shut, till you know how to speak. And we're gonna build this nation, man. But back to the story. Let's keep going on this because it's like when I was thinking about today in the class I wanted to teach, and I just saw the inauguration and I saw the hopes and dreams of black people, and this came into my mind about us in Egypt and how we have, listen, God is only the God of the Israelites. That's what's so beautiful. He's only the God of black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He chose us, man. Deuteronomy 7:6 says he chose us to be a holy people. Like we're special unto him. He didn't choose another nation, man. He chose us. We are it. We're numero uno in his eyes. Right? But now the thing is, we got to actually hold to the contract that he gave us. He said, you keep my laws, I'll be your God. And y'all gonna be my people. But you gotta maintain the contract. You can't go off and serve other gods. You can't smoke weed. You can't commit murder. You can't be a homosexual. It's things that we have to do. But the weakness within our black leadership is so parallel to this story that we reading here in Numbers, and how they wanted to go back to Egypt during that time, and our leadership today wants us to stay in America. Like our whole thing is, let's let it fall. Let it fall. Let the whole government fall. Let all the economics fall. Let everything fall. It ain't going back to normal, and we don't want it to go back to normal. Their whole thing is, what can we do to prop it up? How can you be a good slave? Your black leadership just wants you to be a good slave to prop America up. Damn that, man. Don't prop up nothing. Let it all crumble. Like I said, you ain't got to pick up one weapon to let it crumble. Serve the Lord. Just try it, man. Just try it. Tomorrow, smoke one less blunt. You ain't got to smoke 5 blunts. Smoke one. No, don't smoke at all. But you get my point. Start small. Start small. Stop eating pork. You like going to get whores? Stop buying whores. Start there. Start with something small and build on it. Come in here and get taught, and let us help you stay strong. That's one of the other things about our people. Like when we meet people that they think coming into the truth is like such this hard and terrible thing. When the Bible says the laws are not grievous, man. It ain't a hard thing for you to stop eating pork. Guess what? Just go get some turkey. Go get some beef. It's other, go get some fish. It's other things. You like whores? Listen, don't buy whores anymore. Just go get you a good looking sister that you like, right? And you got her, and y'all handle your business anytime you want. That weed demon is strong though. You like smoking weed, you're gonna have to give that up. My point is come in here and get clean, man, and then we can actually have the Lord show up for us and help. America will fall faster if you stop smoking weed. America will fall faster if you stop committing murders. America will crumble. Listen, if you stop serving other gods, America will crumble. You understand? Crumble. Let's keep going. Where we left off?
We left off on
4,
8, 14 and 8.
4. Okay, no sir.
Then he will bring us into the land and give it us, a land which floweth with milk and honey.
Keep going.
Only rebel not ye.
Rebel. Only rebel not.
Only rebel not ye against the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Neither fear ye the people of the land.
Man, Joshua and Caleb laid it down. They said, don't rebel against the Lord. They rebel. At this point, they're like, you know what? Damn Moses, man. Damn Moses, damn Aaron. We're going to set a captain above us. He going to make sure that we get back to Egypt. Like, again, they totally discounted what the Most High did for them. Similar to our people, totally discounted how we were destroyed in this nation, but we made it through. Like, if you think about what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans been through, it seems like we would be more destroyed. But the Most High has preserved us, man. And he's just, he's not going to let up until we realize the error of our ways. You're not, can you imagine, Yahawashi back in chariot, come back with chariots and you smoking weed? You just sitting there smoking weed, scrolling through porn with a blunt in your hand. You're going to have to clean yourself up. Like any good father, you're not going to be rewarded with good if you're doing bad. What happens when that, in that scenario, you always rewarding your kid for doing bad stuff. Guess what? They're going to continue to do bad. They have no incentive to do better. So guess what? We're getting all the bad now until we realize who this man of sin is and that we shouldn't follow him. But Joshua and Caleb said, don't rebel against the Lord. Have faith. Keep going.
Neither fear ye the people of the Lord.
Yep, of the land.
Of the land.
Mm-hmm.
For they are bread for us.
Man, we're gonna eat them jokers, man. We're gonna eat them jokers. They bread for us. They like a meal. That's it.
Their difference is departed from them.
Defense.
Their defense is departed from them.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord is with us.
The Lord is with us, man. Fear them not.
Fear them not.
Go ahead.
Fear them not. But all the transgressions bade stone them.
All the congregation.
All the congregation bade stone them with stone.
Right. They said, you know what? We about to stone y'all too. These Negroes was afraid, man. You talking about afraid and just they were so ready just to go back to Egypt. And again, like I said, when I'm thinking about the class topic, I'm like, man, the parallel is so similar to America. Your black leadership wants you to stay joined to America. They can't see another way for us to thrive and survive, which we're not thriving, we're just surviving. But they can't see another way. The only thing that they can do is beg and plead and join. And the Isupk is totally different. That's why they hate us so much, because we don't beg and plead and join. We speak against and come against, and we're at variance with them. Right? We don't pray for good things for America. We pray that the Lord send evils and curses and punishment and destruction. That's what we pray for. We don't pray for the good of America because we've seen what America does when she has the power. She doesn't support us. We don't thrive here. Keep going.
And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me?
That's what the Most High says about us. Man, how long, man? How long will this people provoke me? Do you want to live in the ghetto more? Do you want more heart disease? Do you want more cancer? Do you want more poverty? Do you want more police brutality? Do you want more oppression? More, do you always want bad, meaningless jobs? Or would you like to have your own land? Would you like to have, would you like your kids to go to school where they can be educated by their own? Do you want your own society? Do you want your own economics? You're like, man, how long you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans gonna provoke me? Right? Same thing he said in the Bible then is the same thing he's saying now. These people, man, you just ain't had enough yet. You ain't had enough yet. So guess what? Now the devil got to come down on us harder because we still haven't learned. You still putting your faith, right? Just like they put their faith in Pharaoh, we today are putting our faith in Joe Biden. And Pharaoh did us wrong, man. Pharaoh wouldn't even let us go out and pray and pray to the Lord for 3 days, right? We wanted to go out for 3 days, right? So we could pray to the Lord and serve the Lord. He was like, man, y'all got too much time. Y'all got too much time on your hands. I'm going to make your burden heavier. That's America. You got time to march? Oh man. Well, maybe y'all ain't got enough work. Maybe we need to, make it more difficult. Maybe you need more police brutality. All these things, like, don't just the same way they put their faith in Pharaoh is the same way we put our faith in Joe Biden. And it's disappointing for us because we can see it in the Isupk. We see it. But blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they haven't had enough. Our people haven't had enough yet. We're not oppressed enough. We're not dying enough. We're not diseased enough. Keep going.
And how long will it be ere they believe me?
Mm-hmm.
For all the signs which I have shewed among them.
Right. So we talked about it earlier. He sent plagues. The death angel passed our houses. He's blocked Pharaoh's army with a pillar of fire, opened up the Red Sea, drowned Pharaoh's army. Don't forget about the manna. Manna from heaven. All these wonderful signs that the Most High did to show that he was going to take care of us. And instead they turned around and said, you know what you brought us out here for? So we could just die in the wilderness? Like the disrespect. That's why he said, how long will this people provoke me? Keep going.
I will smite them with pestilence.
Uh-huh.
And disinherit them.
Uh-huh.
And will make of thee a greater nation and a mightier than them.
Man, the Most High was pissed, sorely disappointed in us. Right? He said, man, you know what? I'm gonna disinherit them. You know what? Y'all have my inheritance. Y'all have my inheritance, but I'm gonna disinherit you. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them, and thou will tell it to the inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that thou, Lord, art among these people,
mm-hmm.
that thou, Lord, art seen face to face,
mm-hmm.
and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in the pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of a fire by night.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Now thou shalt kill all the people as one man. Then the nation which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he swerved unto them,
mm-hmm.
therefore he had slain them in the wilderness.
Right. He said, listen, Lord, if you do this, then the other nations, they'll begin to doubt you. They'll say that you swore a land unto them, but you wasn't able to bring them into that land. Moses knew how to beg and plead to the Lord, man. Please don't destroy us. Please don't disinherit us. If you do all that, they're going to look at you and say, man, this Lord, he couldn't even bring his people. He did all that and couldn't even bring his people into the land that he promised. Right? So that was Moses's plea. And this is our plea, right? This is our plea to our people today. Don't provoke the Lord, man. I want you to have enough punishment. You should be good on punishments. I talk to family members. I'm like, man, I'm just, I've already dropped the truth on them, tried to tell them what they need to do to change. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, ain't you had enough? Like, you wondering why your life is crap. And I told you why. I try, like me personally, I don't really beat people over the head with, like the Bible says, admonish somebody 2-3 times. Listen, that's it. I'm not going to spend all my time, you stop by the crib, I ain't going to spend all the time trying to drop the truth on you because you just ain't had enough yet. The Lord got to destroy you more. That's me talking to you not working. Not to say that my life is perfect, but me, my life is 10 times, 100 times better than, my family members. They always got something. I'm like, what? Man, you always got something going on. You should try serving the Lord. It might work out a little better for you. It's like, what else can I do? Nothing. So, hey, listen, the Lord got to teach you. It's like he had to teach us in the wilderness. It's like, you know what? You don't want to serve him. You got to learn the hard way, man. Life is going to be pretty rough for you. Life gonna smoke all the weed you want. And see, don't your life crumble before you. I'm seeing it with my own eyes. I'm seeing it with family members. Their life is going down. Their life not going up. This dream that they want to happen in America, their life is going down. You want your life to go up, you still gonna have struggles in the truth. Don't get me wrong. Your life is gonna go up. Your life is not like I said. I can't, it's tough. I see why brothers that's been in the school that are more seasoned than me, they say, well, it's tough for me to be around people in the world. I don't have a lot of people in the world that I interact with. And I understand why, because it's a bunch of idiots. It's a bunch of idiots that you try, like, it's like they know what you're into. They see you, and then they see themselves and they see their life going down. It's like, just put 2 and 2 together, man. Don't be like the people in the Bible. Don't be gluttons for punishment. Try serving the Lord, man. Let's get the rest of this, then we're going to close it out. I know we got to shut down a little early tonight.
And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long-suffering.
Man, the Lord surely is long-suffering with us, man. Long-suffering. Go ahead.
And of great mercy.
And of great mercy. He's shown us plenty of mercy because we could have been destroyed here in America for a people that didn't hold to a contract that was given to us. Right? We are required. You can't just choose not to. You're required to keep the laws. That's your requirement. That's the covenant that the Most High has made and established with you through your forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all the way down. You're required. You can't get away from this. So you might as well do it. You might as well do it and get the good out of life and not do it. And like I said, continue to struggle and die. Keep going.
Forgiving iniquity and transgressions. And by no means clearing the guilty. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy.
Listen, Moses knew how to plead to the Most High, man. Moses damn sure knew how to plead to the Most High. He said, man, he said, Lord, I beseech thee, please forgive these people according to your great mercy. Go ahead.
And as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word.
Right.
But as truly as I live, all earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord.
Right.
Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice. Surely they shall not see the land which I swore unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it.
Listen, and that's what's heavy, because the Most High said, you know what? These people have provoked me, right? They have not hearkened to my voice. They've seen the miracles. They've seen me in action, right? They've seen what I can do. They know I got their back, but instead of serving me, they provoke me. And he said, you know what? Basically what he said, if you read down, everybody who was 20 and up, who murmured against me, right? You're not going to make it into the promised land. It's going to be that generation under you that's going to make it into the promised land. Everybody else, Moses' generation, the people that, like I said, 20 and up, if you were 20 and up and you murmured, you didn't make it. You understand? So, basically, like I said, I was bringing this out because of what I see today in the whole inauguration, and how the people that were rolling with Moses in the wilderness at the time, they put their faith into Egypt, and into going back to Egypt and serving Egypt and being one with these heathen nations, and were fearful, when we should not be fearful of these other nations, and not be not seeking to join them, like the scriptures say. Never seek to join them. You understand? Never trust them, and never seek to join them. Don't put your faith in Joe Biden. Don't put your faith in Kamala Harris. Don't look for America to save you. Like I said, we read Lamentations 4:17. Our eyes have failed. Right? We're watching in vain for a nation that cannot save us. This nation cannot and will not ever save us. Will never be fully You'll never be fully American. Understand, when I do them quotes, is like, you're not going to be like the oppressors here in America. Your net worth is going to be, compared to theirs, peanuts. You'll never get treated the same by police officers. You never get a fair shake in court. You won't get loans. All these things that I'm saying, there's actual studies and facts and statistics to back up what I'm saying. They've done studies about black names applying for jobs and getting denied right away with, same qualifications as their white counterparts. These things happen today. There's a reason why these things happen, is because the Lord wants you to know that you are not the same, and neither should you want to be the same with them. We got any questions online? No questions online. You had any questions? I know I'm gonna probably close it out just a little early.
No, good.
You no questions?
No questions.
Hey, Cap, you wanted to say Cap still on? Or he dropped off?
Cap's still on, but he's not.
Oh, okay. No sweat.
Cap back now. Cap, got any questions?
Not questions. Or yeah, anything you wanted to say?
I just want to say, man, a heavy class. You taught an excellent class, Warrior. Definitely on point. I'm disappointed. Well, I ain't disappointed, but because I know there's still more to come. But I wanted to see them storm some more Capitol buildings. But they crying. I seen one on Facebook, a devil on Facebook crying in tears, talking about Trump save us. What we're gonna do, and this and that. Like, the divide in this country is on another level.
Right.
But it's always been like this. When back in the South, like in the 60s and 50s, in the South, they had totally different laws for blacks. Blacks couldn't own property. Blacks couldn't do this. Blacks couldn't. You had to walk in the back door. Blacks couldn't go here. You couldn't own a car. You had to look down. You can't look a white man in the eyes.
Right.
That's what that was in the same country. So for people to be acting like there's some crazy thing, that is some racism stuff going on. I mean, the stuff I just described, this shit our parents went through.
Right.
This stuff our parents went through. My dad's about 60, 70. When he was growing up, it was segregated schools. You know what I mean? It was Emmett Till and lynching and stuff like that, and it's still going on today. So, I mean, we need to wake the hell up as a people. That's all I wanted to say. We need to wake the hell up because we're dealing with the same animal that our parents dealt with, that their parents dealt with, that their parents dealt with, and for us to act like something changed because what? You got a right to vote,
Right.
because you can walk around the city whenever you want to. You can drive your car around. With like what's nothing's changed. We're still in captivity. That's all I wanted to say.
Damn right, Cap. Damn right. So listen, if you're not in classes regularly watching the ISUPK, you need to make that change. You need to get in classes. You need to let us tell you what to think. Before I came into the ISUPK, I sometimes on issues I didn't know what to think. I'm like, if somebody said something that was kind of slick, a black person say something, I'm like, well, that's his opinion. But now I'm like, no, he's a traitor. I know how to identify traitors. I know how to identify people who are not good leaders. I know how to tell who is a leader and what they should do. Cap, is that you? Oh, okay, no sweat. But I know how to identify who's a good leader and who's not, because men above me have taught me the Bible, and I can see examples. You go back and you read that Numbers, you look at Joshua and Caleb. Them brothers was good leaders, man. They knew and had strong faith in the Most High and seen the miracles that he did and understood what he did for us as a nation and said, hey, don't provoke the Lord, man. We need to have faith and we need to go and take this land. And that's what I'm telling you. We need to serve the Lord, and the Most High is going to bless us with our own, and we won't have to depend on Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to give it to us. You understand? So with that, I'm gonna end the class. All right. Let's get them. I'm gonna get them security announcements. Oh, you did the security announcement before, right? All right, we're gonna have to get you trained up on that for real. But I'm gonna just have you read the security announcements, and then I'll do the prayers, and then going forward, we'll help you so you can do the prayers. Because generally, you do them like whoever you pass the class to, the guard, you do them in Hebrew, and then the brother do them in English. But at least we'll let you do the security announcements this time, and then, like I said, going forward, we get you in the prayers. So you might want to grab that mic right there.
This right here?
Yep.
ISUPK security announcements. We are at ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. A new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They should be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tags, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8, 10, means 10 in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Announce holy convocations.
Feast of Purim.
On sheet. Feast of prayer?
Feast of Purim.
Feast of Purim.
15th, 14th, and 15th.
February 14th and 15th.
And then the Passover, April 24th.
And then Passover, April 24th.
All right.
Remind Akim to check bulletin board.
God bless.
Yep, yep.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boot, shirt, pants, headband, scarf.
All right. You say with that, I imagine.
With that, I imagine.
All right. Well, plenty Hakodom means turn and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abnau,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakwaka,
Malaka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Ratazaka,
Ratazawaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Ba'aratazar,
Baratazah,
Kawa,
Kawah,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashamayim,
Bashemayim,
Nathanlanawa,
Nathaniel,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Kal,
Kal,
Yawam,
Yawan,
Wasalakanawa,
Wasalakanawa,
Kabawakanawa,
Kabwaklanawa,
Kazalakanawa,
Kasalakanawa,
Kabawakanawa,
Kabwaklanawa,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Tabayanawa,
Tabalayanawa,
Banasaiwan,
Bansawan,
Abal,
Abal,
Hawashayanawa,
Hawashayanawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Amalakwa,
Hamalak,
Waha'ala,
Walahaw,
Watapara,
Watapara,
Wa'awalunium,
Wa'aralawi,
Amun.
Aman.
Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be
thy
done
will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts
and forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the Hakat, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem Yahweh Shai,
by Hashem Yahweh Shah,
Babu Koshai,
Babu Shah,
Nathan Lanawa,
Nathaniel,
Hakat,
Akat,
Hakat,
Akat,
Larupa'ah,
Larpa'ah,
Kal Magalah,
Kai Makalah,
Wakal Madawa,
Mukai Magawa,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazarayim,
Hamatazarayim,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Lahaknu,
Lahaki,
Hamathium,
Hamathium,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Awakarwath,
Al-Karawat,
Hatama'ala,
Atama'al,
Lagarshan,
Nagarashan,
Bahashem Yahweh Shai,
by Hashem Yahweh Shah,
the water Aman.
the water man.
We're going to do the prayer for the Hakat or the power in the English. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name Yahweh Shai,
in the name Yahweh Shah,
please give us the power
please give us the
power to heal
power to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the leper,
the power to raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahweh Shah,
thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Wa Yahweh Shai,
Wa Yahweh Shah,
Wa Miyaka Allah,
Wa Miyakwawa,
Wa Lahayim,
Wa Lahayim,
Matazabiyah,
Matazabiyah,
Alawap Yahanna,
Alawak Yahweh,
Ha Alawapium,
Ha Alawak,
Ha Saranyum,
Ha Saranyam,
Ha Kwatazayanyum,
Ha Kwatasayanyam,
Ha Kayayayum,
Ha Kayayanyam,
Wa Hakwati,
Wa Hayakathi,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem Yahweh Shai,
by Hashem Yahweh Shah,
the water Aman.
the water man.
In the English, bless you Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Yahweh Shah,
and Michael,
and Michael,
and the angels,
and the angels,
commanding General Yahanna,
commanding General Yahanna,
the generals,
the general,
the captains,
the captain,
the officers,
the officer,
the troopers,
the troopers,
and the sisters,
and the super,
Ye-
sisters.
sisters. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh Shah,
thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The anointing prayer in Hebrew. Yabaraki Yahweh,
Yabarak Yahweh,
Washamaraka,
Washamar,
Ya'ar Yahweh,
Yahara Yahweh,
Panyawa,
Ben Yahweh,
Alyaka,
Al,
Wayakanka,
Wayakan,
Yasha'ai Yahweh,
Yashai Yahweh,
Panyawa,
Ben Yahweh,
Alyaka,
Al,
Wayashamlaka,
Wayasham,
Shalom,
Shalom,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shah,
Barak,
Barak,
Rapah,
Rapah,
Magun,
Magun,
Hagun,
Hagun,
all the destroyed of Israel.
all the destroyed business.
Done.
Done. That was done.
You ain't got anybody who wants. All right, no sweat. Bahashem Yahweh Shai,
Bahashem Yahweh Shah,
the water Aman.
the water man.
In the English, Yahweh bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh make his face shine upon thee
Yahweh make his face shine upon thee.
and be gracious unto thee.
And be gracious unto thee.
Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee,
Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee,
and give thee peace.
and give thee peace.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh
in
Shai,
the name of Yahweh Shai,
bless,
bless,
heal,
heal,
shield,
shield,
protect.
protect.
Isupk curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishments and destruction
to the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against us,
that speak against us,
thy prophets,
thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school.
and the schools.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishments and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose the treasure
and shake loose the treasure
of the rich of Israel
of the rich of Israel
that refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school,
Force their riches
force their riches
to enter into thy sanctuary.
to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses,
Send evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
punishment and destruction
to the Edomites,
to the Edomites
and the nations,
and the nations
and their drug dealers,
and their drug dealers,
the court system,
court system,
the prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux
Ku
Klan,
Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
skinhead,
Posse Comitazi,
Posse Comitazi,
the gay movement,
gay movement,
the lesbian
the
movement,
lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
NASA space program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
open up the internet
and the airwaves,
and the airways,
the cable access channels,
cable access channels,
and the radio
and
channels.
the radio channels.
Convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people
of any of thy people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop
and bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the way
or try to stop us from broadcasting your
and
words
try to stop us from broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth and consume them.
through the earth and consume them.
Let the plagues shake
Let the plague shake
the house of the thief and the murderer.
the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shai,
Let Yahweh Shai,
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying
come
saucers
down with the flying saucers
and punish all the heathens
and punish all the heathen
that come up against us
that come up against us
as we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it be known by all
Because it be known by all
that is the angels that have done it.
that is the angels that have done it.
Cause it be spread through the media
Because it be spread through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
thank you always.
thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar, which means to turn. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courteous salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahshua, Barak, Thumb, Yajmatai. Class dismissed.
Bible back up here.